Are you a Spokane landlord? The new regulations could impact your rental income and your rights. Stay tuned and find out how to protect your investments. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Johnson. I'm a real estate broker and property manager right here in Spokane. We manage about 1,300 units, all residential, about 80% single families, maybe 20% multifamily. So let's dive into the city's regulation about the rental registry and its enforcement, how you can do it, and I will show you the steps on how you can apply towards the end of this video. But first, let's do an overview of what the rental registry is. So the city passed this ordinance where basically they want to track your property. They're going to put you on the list. They're going to raise your fees every year, and they're going to slowly erode your property rights by handing your information over to their housing advocate friends to put pressure on you to never sell it to a developer. I mean, that's basically one way of looking at it. It is a registry. They are inspecting properties. Every rental property in the city of Spokane has to be registered with the city of Spokane. Now, there's fees associated with this. Now, this kind of go over what that is. So the city is requiring you to register your property, your investment property with the city. They're going to charge you a $15 per door fee. So what that means is if you have a duplex, they're going to charge you $15 for each side. So that'd be a total of $30. If you had a fourplex, it would be 4 doors, 4 times the 15. And if you had a single family house rental, it would be 1. Now they're also requiring that you get a business license, even if you just live in the property yourself and you're renting out the other half of the duplex, that's technically a business. So you have to get a business license. That's $127 to get a business license with the city or that's attached to the city. You can look that up on the city website. I have links in the description below to the rental registry website where you have to go to register your property. So I have the link right in the description below. Now, they are inspecting properties. I mean, we're the biggest property management company in Spokane, so we probably have had the most inspections. And, I'll say right here, the city council has basically their heads up their ass with this one, but that's basically what they do. Don't take it out on your inspectors. The inspectors that are just doing the job, they may have been working at Costco last month. I don't even really know. But really, it's not their fault. It's not their law. They're just doing the best they can. And we've worked really, really well with our inspectors, and they've been trying really hard. And they're not going hard on people. They're being very reasonable. So I've got to be honest about that. They're doing a pretty good job. They're noticing some defects. They're pointing things out that could be repaired. They're not calling things that aren't unnecessary. They're not wasting our time yet. Sometimes they'll just do a drive-by on the outside and they don't need an interior inspection. So they're kind of being, flexible on not necessarily knocking down every single door to go in to make sure the H2O is strapped down. We have a good relationship with all the inspectors, so we're going to maintain that. And it's not their fault. We certainly aren't going to be taking that out on them. But they're going to do that. You might get a list of required repairs. They may note things on there that they want to see fixed, and then they're going to come back and re-inspect that after you fixed it. Habitability, open wires, appliances, maybe necessary fridge and things that may not be working. Anything that's dangerous. You might see outlet covers that need to be replaced or be added where kids can touch hot wires. They're going to be looking at things like that. They will be noting other things on there. Maybe it can be cleaned up and peeling paint and that sort of thing. But they really are looking for failures of systems and habitability. Heat sources, water sources, stove, can they cook food? Is the fridge cold? Is the fridge working? Basic stuff like that. That is required as, landlords, that we have to provide those things. So that's really technically what they're looking for. And if they find it's not working, they're going to call it out and you're going to have to fix that. Now note, this is in the city limits of Spokane. This is not Spokane County. This is not Spokane Valley. This is just in the city limits of Spokane. So, if you Google map the city limits of Spokane, it's not perfectly clear. And I know the registry is not exactly perfectly accurate. It depends on, are you on one side of the street or another? We've had some properties up on 5 Mile that were maybe in it, maybe weren't. Literally the city line can go right in front of the street, and it depends kind of sometimes if what's the address on their utility bill. It's like any government website, it's the total clusterfuck and a shit show. It's not very accurate. For example, we registered everyone last year, hundreds of properties. I've registered hundreds of properties. And then this year, I couldn't renew all those properties. I had to reapply and register them again. Well, what did the registry do? It sent out a notice, an email to all my clients that their previous registry had expired after I had already reapplied and they got the new registry for all their properties. Again, the city sent out the expiration of the previous license. Well, they didn't have a renew section that I could renew the old license. That's going to happen again. Notices go out. I had 100 owners calling me freaked out thinking they weren't registered. Thank you, City of Spokane. We fixed it, of course. It's not a big deal, but it's a poor website design, of course. and it's just, it is what it is. But let me show you how to click through it a little bit. I can show you a little bit, but I have to be careful. I can't go too far because it would be really quickly, I'd be showing some private information, and I really can't do that. But I will show you where you click to start and how you start the process, and hopefully if you need to, this will make it a little bit easier. By the way, just so you know, our clients, we register our clients with our business license. So we don't charge, you don't have to get a business license if you're using, for example, us as your property management company. I would just charge you the door fee, $15, and it'd be $50. So $15 for the door and $35 for me to drink too much espresso and sit in front of my computer and register your property for the license. So $50 if you do it through us. If you're on your own, $127 plus $15 per door. All right, let's click through and let me show you the website right now. So when you get your password and you log in, this is the dashboard right here. This is mine. You can see Welcome Windermere Lease Source. And then right here on the right-hand side, sort of see where it says Code Enforcement, Apply for Rental Registry. Click on that blue link there that says Apply for Rental Registry. Of course, you're going to get to this screen. It's this general disclaimer. You have to click that you've read it, hit continue. It basically means that they're going to sell your information to everyone they can. I don't know what it means. I never read this stuff. Just click it, and you're going to have to click it and read through. All right, this is where you search for your property. So right here, street address. You obviously put in just the street number. You have to put in the street direction, east, west, north, south. Street name, spell it correctly, and you have to put the street type. Is it avenue? Is it street? I'm sorry. You're just going to have to put that in there. You can't leave parameters blank. It's not going to do a smart search. If you do that, you can search, and then you're going to go to the next part, which is picking the owner. In which case, you're going to come here, and this is where my slides are going to stop. I can't show you anything beyond further from here because it's just too much personal information, account numbers, and all that stuff. You guys, it's pretty simple, and it's pretty straightforward. If you've updated your cart in Amazon, you've done something like this. Anyway, if you have any questions, if you get stuck, if you just want to chat about it, feel free to reach out to me. Here's my phone number. My contact information is below. Texting is always going to be better. Even if you just have a simple question, just send me a text message. I can help you. If you want to come into my office, I can also walk you through the process and bring your laptop, and I can show you what we do if you need some help. I'd be happy to help you guys. If you have any other questions about property management, feel free to leave questions down below, or go ahead and reach out to me directly. I'd love to help.